And today we're going to be talking about, those times when you are so overwhelmed or unmotivated that you don't even know why you act anymore. And that can be happening in general because, it's a hard profession and you might not have been booking for a while. Like you feel like you need to train all the time, that there's always another class that you need to take, and that's eating up your time and it's eating up your money and it's eating up your energy. And then when you do act, you might feel like you're often blocked and you feel tense, and that you train all this time and you invest all this energy and resources in your instrument, and then when you can audition or you act, you don't really feel like yourself. You feel tense, you feel closed up, and you feel disappointed, right? So it's really understandable that at one point when all of this happens, and with everything that you have to do, your headshots, your reel, your networking, just thinking about it, I'm speeding up because in the acting world, in the acting industry, there's so much that you're supposed to do, right? And that can be really overwhelming. And when all of those things that you do don't end up giving you the results you want, which is that you started acting to feel the freedom. You started acting to experience your whole being and to be able to express it fully, which means when they say action, you feel like this and not like this, right? So it's really understandable that if you close up because of all the things you have to do, and then when you finally act, you close up, you don't really play the way that you know that you can play, or you don't get the roles that you want. It's like so much investment on your part and sometimes so little in return that no wonder that you're just, in this loop of doing it and doing it and doing it. But at the end of the day, you might be thinking, why am I even doing this? Like, I keep putting money in, and money, energy, money, resources, myself, my heart, my passion, and I'm not getting anything out. It feels terrible. I have to run like a chicken with no head for the industry to notice me, to network, to do my reels, send my postcards, do all of these things, do all of these auditions. And then when I act, I feel like shit, basically. I'm afraid. It feels like I'm suffering. And or I act in roles that I feel good at, but the roles don't matter. Or I can't really show up when I am booked for great stuff. I'm not really showing up at my 100%, right? So it's very understandable. Thank God you still have a guidance system inside of you that says, hey, why are we even doing this? Like, it's like in a relationship, right? If you feel like, oh, I'm always the one showing up, I'm really generous, I'm always there for my partner, but then when I'm down, they're never there for me, there's an imbalance. So you might be feeling that imbalance. You might be feeling like, I'm giving all this and I'm not getting anything in return, so why the hell am I here, right? And it's an important question. And what I would like to say is it's time to listen. It's time to listen to that sensation inside of you that says something's up, right? Like it's unbalanced. I'm giving and I'm not getting anything back. So something's up. The math is not working. And so what I would like you to do right now actually is to close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. And I'll do the same because I'm talking so fast that I haven't remembered that I had to breathe. And so take a couple deep breaths from your belly. Ooh, and get into that sensation of, why am I even acting all of this energy that I'm putting out and nothing's coming back in? And really, I want you to feel into that sensation. And I want you to kind of listen to what's under that sensation. What is actually happening under that, beneath the feeling of, oh, I'm sick of this. Why am I even doing this? Why am I even an actor or an actress? Let's listen to what's under that. What's under that sensation? And keep breathing and really feel into it. It's not something that's going to come from your head. It's really being with yourself for a second. Your instrument is saying stop or what the fuck. Let's stay there and listen. What's under this sensation? What's really happening? And if you have answers or glimpses of answers, you can type them in the comments. But it might be something like, under this, why am I even doing this? You might have what's really happening might be, I'll never make it, right? And that's a painful thought. And I would encourage you to feel that. Or I'm not good enough, which is at the root of everything. For everyone, I'm not good enough, right? Or I'm scared to actually show up as I am. So I keep running around to try and change myself or better myself because I think if I did show up as myself, I might get hurt, I might get rejected. Or it might be something like, I really want them to like me. I want them to love me. I'm looking for validation. So really try to sit under that sensation of why am I even acting? And ask yourself, what's under that? Right? And what I would like you to say, and you might not find it right now in this live because I'm moving really fast, but I'm encourage you to do this again when it shows up. When you have that, oh, I'm done with this. So why am I even doing this? To actually sit with yourself. Okay, so Brent is saying fear of being vulnerable. Great. And so you might have all different versions of the same answer. So what I'm going to let you know is that once you do this by yourself and you get to something deeper, I want you guys to listen to that and feel that. Allow yourself to feel that. Because what's happening is all of these answers that you will receive are actually automated responses. They're reactions to what's happening. So you're in a challenge, you're struggling, and then you have an automated reaction that's due to your conditioning. So what's your conditioning? Your conditioning is how you've been raised by your family, by school, by the culture, by your friends, by your extended family, by society around you, right? So values and ways of being and of behaving and of thinking and of feeling have been imposed on you, right? You haven't been ever encouraged to feel the feelings that you're feeling. You've been encouraged to shut the fuck up and do what you're told and follow the move and fit and feel what you're told and think what you're told and behave like you're told. And if not, the love was taken away or the punishment was dropping in on you. So you drank the Kool-Aid really fast and you let yourself be conditioned. You let yourself be programmed by your surroundings because that was the only way to survive, right? Hello, Claudio. And so the problem with that is, again, if you've been, which most of us have, been raised by our conditioning, our programming, our wiring, what's happening is that you don't have access to your real self, right? You don't have access to your real self. You're only having access and functioning from what you've been told to do or not to do. So you're not being yourself. You're not being yourself. And that's why the question comes and you're going, why am I even doing this? Because you chose acting as a way to fully express your freedom and your truth. And then you're conditioned in a way that doesn't allow you to be free and truthful. So what's happening is that when you're showing up in your conditioned way, you can't be yourself. So you can't feel free. You can't fully express yourself. You can't be truthful. You can't show up with all your heart, all your body, all your soul for those characters, for those stories that are moving you and would move an audience. So the work that there is to do is not to remotivate yourself or get tougher and come on, let's do this. Let's take one more, workshop, or let's extend 1 month in the studio that I'm in, or send more postcards. It's not about doing more. It's about really sitting with the sensations and emotions that your instrument is giving you and realizing, okay, something's out of whack here, right? I'm giving all of this. I'm not getting anything in return. What is happening? What's under that? And when you notice those automated responses and reactions from your conditioning, it's time to actually listen to that and say, oh, okay, I haven't been myself. So it's time to undo the conditioning. It's time to wake up your instinct because you've been raised out of your instinct. You've been asked all your life not to be instinctive, not to be impulsive, not to be emotional. So it's time to remove that conditioning and let your instinct rise again, and then really train it like a pro, because you're going to need it in a very reliable way, even under pressure. And that's the kind of work we do in the reset journey, where we help actors undo the conditioning, wake up the instinct, and then really rewire it in such a way that it will be reliable for you, especially when there's high pressure and high stakes, because that's what usually happens, right? If you're acting for your neighbor's short film, you're fine. But when there's a huge opportunity, you close up because it's time to show you, and there is no you because it's been conditioned out of you. So it's time to undo that. And then when you're reconnected to your truth and your freedom, you can show up for those stories because you're moved yourself. You're not trying to do it well. You're just moved by it as an artist, and you can show up fully because you have a fully expressed instrument. You have a truthful instrument, and that's what you show up with, right? Okay, so if this makes any sense, guys, I hope that it kind of helps you if you're in this moment of, realizing that you don't even know why you're doing this anymore. And if it resonates, please let us know in the comments. Let us know that you would like some information about the work we do. I can share the link also to the waitlist for our program, and we'll let you know when we open doors again. And that's it. Have a wonderful week. Bye.